What's the biggest machine you've ever seen with your own eyes? A dump truck? An excavator on a construction site? Well, forget everything you think you know about big. Today, we're counting down the 30 largest mobile machines ever built by human hands. And I mean mobile. Every single one of these giants can actually move under its own power. We start at number 30 with a machine that weighs just 40 tons. And trust me, by the time we reach number 1, that will sound absolutely adorable. Because the king of this list weighs more than 14,000 tons. That's heavier than 36 fully loaded Airbus A380s. So buckle up, hit that like button, and let's start the countdown. Number 30. Scheuerloh SPMT, Germany. 40 tons, kicking off our list, is the unsung hero of the heavy transport world, the Scheuerloh SPMT from Germany, short for self-propelled modular transporter. A single 6-axle module weighs about 40 tons, stretches 8.4 meters long, and stands only 1.5 meters tall. Doesn't sound impressive? Here's the trick. These things connect together like Lego bricks. Couple 20, 30, even 100 modules side by side and end to end, and you can move an entire oil rig, a 1,000-ton bridge section, or even a whole building. Every single wheel can rotate a full 360 degrees, so the entire platform can drive sideways, diagonally, or spin on the spot. Since 1983, over 1,000 units have been built, and today, virtually every mega construction project on Earth depends on them. Small? Yes. Mighty? Absolutely. Number 29. Goldhofer PST SLE, Germany. 45 tons at number 29. We have Scheuerloh's arch rival, the Goldhofer PST series, also made in Germany. Each module weighs around 45 tons with 180 kilowatts of power, and just like its competitor, it's built to combine into massive platforms. These two German companies have been locked in a decades-long battle for dominance, and, between them, they've moved practically everything enormous you've ever seen on the news. Rocket boosters, ship sections, nuclear reactor vessels, and entire historic buildings that needed relocating. A single module costs about $1.7 million, and its top speed is a blistering 12 kilometers per hour when you're carrying 5,000 tons. Slow and steady doesn't just win the race, it is the race. Number 28. Liebherr LTM. 11-1200 9.1, Germany, 108 tons. Now things get serious. Number 28 is the Liebherr LTM 11-1200 9.1, the most powerful telescopic mobile crane on the planet. The carrier alone weighs 108 tons, rides on 9 axles, and stretches over 20 meters long. But here's the number that matters. It can lift 1,200 tons. That's roughly 800 family cars, hoisted in a single pull. Its telescopic boom is the longest in the world at 100 meters, and with lattice extensions, the hook can reach heights of nearly 190 meters, taller than a 50-story skyscraper. Introduced in 2007 with a price tag around $10 million, only about 60 of these beasts exist. And the craziest part? It's street legal and can cruise down the highway at 75 kilometers per hour. Imagine that in your rearview mirror. Number 27. Kiro KRC 1200, Germany, 150 tons. Number 27 is a specialist most people have never heard of, the Kiro KRC 1200, the most powerful railway crane in the world. Weighing 150 tons and built in Leipzig, Germany, this machine lives its entire life on train tracks. Its job description reads like a superhero resume: re-railing derailed locomotives, replacing entire railway bridges in a single weekend, and installing bridge girders weighing hundreds of tons in places no road crane could ever reach. When a train disaster strikes, this is the machine they call. Only about 20 exist worldwide, each costing around $6 million. It even has a counterweight that swings out automatically to keep it balanced while lifting, all without ever leaving the rails. Number 26. Komatsu D. 475 A3 SD, Japan, 153. Tons at number 26. Japan enters the arena with the Komatsu D575A, the largest production bulldozer ever built. This monster tips the scales at 153 tons, with 858 kilowatts under the hood. That's over 1,850 horsepower. The SD stands for Super Dozer, and it earns that name. Its blade is 7.4 meters wide and over 3 meters tall, pushing up to 69 cubic meters of earth in a single pass, enough to fill 2 shipping containers. Every push moves as much material as a small landslide. It was introduced back in 1991. Only around 50 were ever built, and here's the kicker. More than 3 decades later, no one has built a bigger production dozer. The king of dirt still wears the crown. Number 25, Liebherr T284, Germany, 237 tons. Welcome to mining truck territory. Number 25 is the Liebherr T284, which weighs 237 tons completely empty. Loaded up, and it hauls an additional 363 tons of rock, meaning over 600 tons total rolling down the haul road. The truck stands 7.4 meters tall. Each tire alone is taller than 2 adults stacked on top of each other and costs more than a luxury car. Its diesel engine pumps out 2,120 kilowatts, the power of about 30 sports cars, driving a diesel-electric system that works like a hybrid on steroids. And despite all that bulk, it still hits 64 kilometers per hour fully loaded. That's 600 tons moving at highway speed. Respect.number. Dutinde order. Bucyrus MT6 300 AC CAT Yerivit 95 F USA 242 tons number 24 comes. From the USA, the Bucyrus MT6 300 AC, which later became the Caterpillar 795F AC after CAT acquired Bucyrus. It weighs 242 tons empty, stands nearly 8 meters tall, and produces 2,800 kilowatts. What makes this one special is its AC electric drive system. The same basic concept as a modern electric car, just scaled up to monster proportions. The diesel engine doesn't drive the wheels at all. It's purely a generator, feeding electric motors that actually turn the wheels. The result? Smoother climbing on steep mine roads and electric retarding that slows the truck downhill without cooking the brakes. Electric vehicles aren't the future in mining. They've been the present for decades. Number 23. Komatsu 980E5, Japan, 250 tons at number 23. Komatsu strikes back with the 980E5, one of the newest machines on this entire list, introduced in 2021. It weighs 250 tons empty and carries around 360 tons of payload. But here's what makes it truly futuristic. This truck is available as a fully autonomous vehicle. No driver. No cab occupant. Nothing. At massive mines in Chile and Australia, entire fleets of these giants run 24/7, navigating by GPS and radar, coordinated from control centers hundreds of kilometers away. Komatsu's autonomous haulage system has already moved billions of tons of material worldwide without a single driver behind the wheel. The robot revolution didn't start in your living room. It started in the world's biggest mines. Number 22. Hitachi E5000 AC3, Japan, 262. Tons number 22 is Japan's third entry, the Hitachi E5000 AC3, weighing 262 tons empty and hauling nearly 300 tons of payload. Hitachi is famous for electronics, and it shows. This truck uses an AC drive system developed with technology from Hitachi's own high-speed rail and industrial divisions. Its trump card is control software, advanced slip-and-slide control that works like traction control on your car, but tuned for a 500-ton monster descending a wet mine road. Around 200 of these are rumbling through mines across the globe at about $4.5 million each. It's not the biggest truck on our list, but many operators swear it's the smoothest. Number 21. Letourneau L2350, USA, 262. Tons, number 21. holds an official Guinness World Record, the Le Tourneau. L2350, the largest wheel loader on Earth, it weighs 262 tons and stretches over 20 meters long. Its bucket scoops up 72 tons of rock in one bite. That's 40 cubic meters, enough to fill a large mining truck in just 3 to 4 passes. Each tire stands 4 meters tall and weighs 6.5 tons. A single tire costs as much as a luxury sedan. The operator sits more than 6 meters above the ground. You need to climb a full flight of stairs just to get to work. Powered by a 1,215 kilowatt diesel-electric drive, this thing proves that sometimes the shovel is just as impressive as the truck it fills. Number 20. Caterpillar 797F, USA, 281 tons. Cracking our top 20 is an American legend, the Caterpillar 797F, probably the most famous mining truck in the world. Empty weight, 281 tons. Engine, a Colossal 20-cylinder diesel producing around 4,000 horsepower. Payload, 400 short tons. Here's a fun fact. This truck is so massive it can't be delivered in one piece. It gets shipped to the mine as a giant puzzle spread across roughly a dozen semi-trailers, then assembled on site over several days by a specialist crew. Over 1,000 units of the 797 series have been sold, an incredible number in this class. Its fuel tank holds nearly 7,000 liters of diesel. At today's prices, one fill-up costs more than some people's monthly salary. Ouch. Number 19. Belaz 757 Dachu, Belarus, 360 tons. At number 19. All hail the undisputed king of dump trucks, the Belaz 75710 from Belarus, the largest truck ever built, period. Empty, it weighs 360 tons. Fully loaded, it carries a world record 450-ton payload, meaning a total of 810 tons rolling on 8 gigantic tires. It stands 8.2 meters tall, the height of a 3-story building, and 20.6 meters long. Under the deck sit 2 diesel engines with a combined 3,430 kilowatts, around 4,600 horsepower, burning roughly 1,300 liters of fuel per 100 kilometers. Only about 20 have been built, and they work Siberian coal mines where winter hits minus 50 degrees Celsius. A frost-proof, record-smashing Colossus. Nothing on wheels carries more. Number 18. Komatsu, PC 8006, Japan. 773 tons. We jump straight to 773 tons with the Komatsu PC 8000, Japan's largest hydraulic excavator. This machine stands 10 meters tall, and its bucket swallows 42 cubic meters of rock in a single scoop. By volume, that's like scooping up 38 compact cars worth of space at once. It runs on 2 diesel engines producing a combined 3,000 kilowatts, because apparently one engine just wasn't enough. Now, here's my favorite stat. Its top speed is 2.4 kilometers per hour. A casual walking pace is literally twice as fast. But speed isn't the point. At $10 million apiece, this is a money-printing machine, loading trucks around the clock at copper and coal mines from Indonesia to Chile. Number. Siebzehn, Liebherr R9800, Germany. 810 tons. Number 17 is Germany. As answer, the Liebherr R9800, weighing 810 tons and standing 13.5 meters tall. That's a 4-story building that can rotate 360 degrees and dig. Its bucket moves about 47 cubic meters per pass, filling the world's biggest mining trucks in just 4 or 5 scoops. Here's how famous this machine is. LEGO made an official Technic set of the R9800 with over 4,000 pieces, complete with app-controlled motors, one of the largest Technic sets ever released. The real one costs $11 million. Honestly, the LEGO version hurts your wallet, too. You'll find the real deal tearing through iron ore mines in Western Australia, where it's become an absolute icon of the Pilbara region. Number 16. Caterpillar 6090 FS, USA, 1,000 tons. Welcome to the 1,000-ton club. Number 16 is the Caterpillar 6090 FS, originally the legendary German O&K RH400 before Caterpillar took over the design. This is the largest hydraulic excavator in the world, weighing in at a nice round 1,000 tons with a 52 cubic meter bucket and 3,360 kilowatts of power. Movie fans, you already know this machine. The RH400 appeared in Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen as the Decepticon Demolisher, the giant robot rolling on a massive wheel in the opening Shanghai battle. Hollywood literally looked at this excavator and said, "Yeah, that's already basically a transformer." From the silver screen to the oil sands of Canada, where most of them work today, a true superstar. Number 15. P&H 4100 XPC, USA, 1,450 tons 8. Number 15, we say goodbye to diesel entirely. The P&H 4100 XPC is an electric rope shovel weighing 1,450 tons, and it runs on a giant extension cord. Seriously, a high-voltage trailing cable as thick as your arm snakes across the mine floor behind it. Each scoop of its massive dipper lifts around 100 tons of rock, filling an ultra-class mining truck in just 3 passes. The machine house is the size of a small apartment building. Operators climb multiple flights of stairs to reach the cab. It costs about $15 million, but here's the thing about electric rope shovels. They're practically immortal. Many work 40 years or more, digging 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Try getting that warranty on your car. Number 14. Demag CC 8800-1, Germany, 1,600 tons. Number 14 brings us back to cranes, and what a crane it is. The Demag CC 8800-1 is a crawler crane weighing 1,600 tons that can lift. Weighs 600 tons. Yes, it can theoretically hoist a clone of itself. With full rigging, its boom system towers over 200 meters into the sky. This is the machine you call for civilization's hardest lifting jobs: installing nuclear reactor components, erecting offshore wind turbines, and placing 1,000-ton refinery vessels with centimeter precision. Moving it to a job site takes more than 100 truckloads of parts, and assembly takes weeks. There's even a twin version with a second boom that nearly doubles the capacity. Some machines lift things. This one lifts industries. Number 13. Manitowoc 31,000. USA, 2,300 tons. Number 13 is one of the rarest machines on this entire list, the Manitowoc 31,000 crawler crane from the USA. Weight, 2,300 tons. Lifting capacity, 2,300 tons. Total number ever built, 2. That's it. 2 units on the entire planet, at roughly $25 million each. Its genius feature is the variable position counterweight. Instead of hanging a massive counterweight off the back like other giant cranes, it rides on a huge circular track and automatically slides closer or farther as the load changes. The result is a monster crane with a surprisingly compact footprint that doesn't need to be re-rigged for every lift. Rare, brilliant, and absurdly strong. The limited edition hypercar of the crane world. Numbers 12 and 11. NASA Crawler Transporters 1 and 2. USA, 2,721 tons. Each. Numbers 12 and 11 go together because they're twins, and they might be the most famous machines on this list. Meet NASA's Crawler Transporters, each weighing 2,721 tons and covering the area of a baseball infield. Built in 1965, their job is simple and absolutely epic. Carry rockets to the launch pad. The Saturn V moon rockets rode on their backs. Every space shuttle rode on their backs. And today, the massive SLS moon rocket still rides on their backs. Loaded, they crawl at 1.6 kilometers per hour, taking about 6 hours to reach the pad, burning roughly 350 liters of diesel per kilometer. Their laser-guided leveling system keeps a skyscraper-sized rocket perfectly vertical the entire way. 60 years old, upgraded to carry over 8,000 tons, and still carrying humanity's ride back to the moon. Absolute legends. Number 10. Tachraf SRs 2000, Germany, 3,300 tons. We've hit the top 10, and machines now stop looking like vehicles and start looking like moving factories. Number 10 is the Tachraf SRs 2000, a German bucket wheel excavator, 3,300 tons, 170 meters long, 50 meters tall. At the front spins a colossal wheel ringed with bucket scoops, chewing through earth continuously. No digging and dumping, just endless rotation like a chainsaw the size of a Ferris wheel. In a single day, it moves enough material to bury a football stadium. Price tag $40 million. Top speed, 600 meters per hour. Yes, you read that right. A garden snail could almost keep up. But when you eat mountains for breakfast, you don't need. Number 9. Big Brutus, USA, 4,988 tons. Number 9 is an American folk hero. Big Brutus, the Bucyrus Erie 1850 B stripping shovel. Nearly 5,000 tons of orange steel, standing 48.8 meters tall, as high as a 16-story building. Only one was ever built, completed in 1962, and it spent its career stripping the earth above coal seams in southeast Kansas, scooping 90 tons per bite. It cost $6.5 million back then, and ironically, it was shut down after just 11 years because it cost more to run than the coal was worth. But here's the beautiful part. Instead of being scrapped, Big Brutus was preserved as a museum. Today, you can visit West Mineral, Kansas, climb up inside the machine itself, and stand in the operator's seat of a giant. A legend that got the retirement it deserved. Number 8. The Silver Spade, USA, 6,400 tons. Number 8 is a machine with a devoted fan base and a heartbreaking ending. The Silver Spade. A Bucyrus Erie 1950 B stripping shovel. Weight 6,400 tons. Length 80 meters. Height 50 meters. Power over 10,000 kilowatts. More than 100 family cars combined. For over 40 years, the spade methodically peeled back the earth over Ohio's coal fields, its dipper hoisting more than 100 tons per pass, and it became a beloved local landmark. People would drive out just to watch it work. When it retired in 2006, fans fought hard to preserve it as a museum. They came heartbreakingly close. But funding fell through, and in 2007, the Silver Spade was cut up for scrap while supporters watched. Machines don't have funerals, but this one came close. Number 7. Bagger 281, Germany, 7,800 tons. At number 7, the legendary German Bagger dynasty enters the countdown. Bagger 281 was built by Krupp in 1958. Read that year again, 1958. Color television barely existed, and Germany was already building a 7,800-ton bucket wheel excavator, 220 meters long and 73 meters tall. This machine is the grandfather of the mega excavators, proving the concept that continuous bucket wheel mining could work at an absolutely insane scale in the Rhineland coal fields. It cost around $60 million in today's terms, crawled along at 600 meters per hour, and paved the way for the even more colossal machines we're about to meet. Respect your elders, everyone, especially when they weigh 7,800 tons. Number 6. Big Hog, USA, 8,500 tons. Number 6 has the most down-to-earth nickname on the list, Big Hog. Officially, the Bucyrus Erie 3850B, the stripping shovel weighed 8,500 tons, stretched 120 meters, and stood 60 meters tall. 2 were built in the early 1960s for American coal mines, and when the first one fired up, it was the largest self-propelled land machine on Earth. Its dipper could scoop around 100 tons of earth and rock, the weight of 3 city buses, in a single bite, and its boom was so long it could dump that load more than 120 meters away. It held the world's largest title only briefly before being overtaken, but the name Big Hog earned its place in mining history forever. Sometimes the best machines have the least glamorous names. Number 5. Big Muskie, USA, 12,235 tons. We've crossed 10,000 tons. And number 5 is one of the most beloved machines ever built, Big Muskie, the largest walking dragline in history at 12,235 tons. Yes, walking. It had no wheels and no tracks. Instead, 2 gigantic hydraulic feet lifted the entire machine and shuffled it forward about 4 meters per step, at a top speed of 160 meters per hour. Its bucket was so enormous, 168 cubic meters, that it could hold 2 Greyhound buses side by side or a full 12-car garage. Over 30 years working the Ohio coal country, Big Muskie moved about twice as much earth as was excavated for the entire Panama Canal. One machine. Double the Panama Canal. When it was dismantled, its bucket was saved, and today it sits in an Ohio park as a memorial where fans still gather. An icon, plain and simple. Number 4. The Captain, USA. 12,700 tons. Number 4 is the heaviest machine America ever built, the Marion 6360 stripping shovel, known to everyone simply as the Captain. Weight, a staggering 12,700 tons. Height, 65 meters. Length, 150 meters. Power, 10,000 kilowatts, feeding some of the largest electric motors ever put on a mobile machine. For 26 years, it worked the Captain mine in Illinois, swinging a dipper that grabbed 135 tons of earth per bite. At its debut in 1965, it was the heaviest self-propelled land vehicle on the planet. Its story ended in tragedy. A devastating fire in 1991 damaged it beyond economic repair, and the great Captain was scrapped where it stood. To this day, no American land machine has ever outweighed it. Gone, but never, ever forgotten. Number 3. Bagger 288, Germany, 13,500 tons bronze medal time, and it goes to an internet superstar, Bagger 288. Built by Krupp in 1978 for $100 million, this bucket wheel excavator weighs 13,500 tons, stretches 220 meters, and towers 96 meters high, a rolling structure the size of a 30-story building. Its bucket wheel alone is 21 meters in diameter, spinning 18 buckets that devour 240,000 tons of coal. Every single day, enough to fill a football field 30 meters deep. But its most legendary moment came in 2001 when it needed to switch mines. Instead of dismantling it, engineers simply drove it there. A 3-week, 22-kilometer road trip across highways, rivers, and railway lines with crews laying special sand roads ahead of it at a cost of $15 million. The internet has been obsessed ever since. Memes, documentaries, video games. Bagger 288 is not just a machine. It's a celebrity. Number 2. F60 Overburden. Conveyor Bridge, Germany, 13 to 600 ton-hour. Runner-up is the strangest giant on the list, the F60 Overburden Conveyor Bridge from Germany, weighing 13,600 tons. But tonnage isn't its headline stat. Length is. The F60 measures 502 meters from end to end, making it the longest mobile machine ever built. Lay the Eiffel Tower on its side, and the F60 is still 178 meters longer, which is exactly why Germans call it the Lying Eiffel Tower. It also packs the most installed power on our entire list, a monstrous 27,000 kilowatts. Its job, straddle an entire open-pit coal mine and carry stripped earth from one side to the other on massive conveyor belts, moving up to 50,000 cubic meters per hour. 5 were built in the early 1990s. Today, one retired unit at Lichterfeld is a tourist attraction. You can climb this steel colossus at sunset and walk half a kilometer through the sky. Number 1. Bagger 293. Germany, 14,200 tons, and here it is. Number 1. The undisputed, Guinness-certified heaviest land vehicle in human history. Bagger 293. Built by Tackraff in Germany in 1995, this bucket wheel excavator weighs 14,200 tons. The mass of 36 fully loaded Airbus A380s, or about 40 Boeing 747s in one single moving machine, It stretches 2 to 25 meters long and stands 96 meters tall. The Statue of Liberty, torch included, would fit under its boom. Its bucket wheel carries 18 buckets, each one large enough to swallow a car, and every day it excavates 240,000 cubic meters of earth, enough to dig a hole the size of a stadium daily. It takes a crew of 5 people to operate, cost around $100 million, and crawls the German countryside at 600 meters per hour on 12 Caterpillar tracks. For 30 years, nothing humanity has built on land has ever outweighed it. The king, the final boss, the heaviest thing that moves on Earth. Bow down to Bagger 293.